I do or I don't. When a marriage lacks love and trust, many choose to divorce. But now there's a new trend making headlines. It's called the parenting marriage. Dr. Judy, tell us all about this.
Okay, the parenting marriage is actually not a new concept, but people are talking about it more now. There's sort of a label for it, and it's when two people decide to stay in a cohabitating and co-parenting situation for the sake of the children. That doesn't mean that they're limiting their love lives, although obviously that gets awkward.
Yeah.
They do date, and they sometimes do have other relationships, but think about what you have to do when you have to explain to your new partner, yes, I live with my ex. Yes, we're co-parenting. We live in separate bedrooms, but you're welcome to come over anytime. It's cool. So it's awkward, but a really good survey in Psychology Today said that, basically about 3/4 of the parents are saying we're doing this for the children. So we want to provide a stable household, and actually a significant portion of them also said it's really just a transition phase before they actually do the separation and the divorce ultimately.
Yeah, and we see some studies suggest that parents are doing this because of the financial cost of divorce. Divorce is really expensive, and now where you've been supporting one household, once you divorce, there are two households that have to be supported, rent and all of the utilities and expenses associated with two households. But I'd have to think that could be really troubling for the kids.
Yeah, Vivica's not buying it.
I wouldn't go for it at all.
There is an alternative that I really appreciated as a divorce judge when I did divorce. It's called nesting, and I thought it was a great idea that after they were divorced, they lived in a house, but one would leave and the child would always remain permanently in the house where the child was not being transported to and fro, and waiting for mom to pick them up. So then the parents were the ones going back and forth. That was a brilliant.
Did they share the house? So the kids stayed in the house and they would take turns?
And yes. The child is going to be in its environment, one environment all of the time.
I think it's important to point out that divorce and just separation in general is very traumatic for children. Even when you try to do it the right way, even if parents are trying to be thoughtful about it, they even go to a therapist and do it with a third party present. The kids ultimately, because when they're younger, they always think it's about them. A lot of kids of divorce, especially when there's a contentious divorce, they do report a higher incidence of psychological problems, depression, anxiety, even suicidal ideation and attempts. So I do applaud the parents who are thinking, hey, what are some new ways that we can figure this out? Like,
for the welfare of the child.
For the welfare for the child.
Well, one of the things I talk to people who want to get divorced about is planning your divorce, because financially, divorce is very expensive. Not just the cost of lawyers, but the cost of separating your household.
And would that also include communicating with the child that
you got to get the kid ready. You got to get that child ready.
And a contentious divorce will go on for 2 years. You've got investigations. Who's a better parent? You got to wait for reports, psychological analysis. Why do that? And I would always say, what are you doing to your children? Wake up, get it together, and let's just resolve this divorce and not drag it on.
And I know you've seen this, Judge Mary, where parents use the kids.
They use them all the time.
As pawns, absolutely.
Rather than the kid being the focal point and what's in the best interest of the child, now they start using that child as a way to gain leverage in that divorce. Maybe they're trying to get more property. They want more alimony. They want more child support. And that's the worst thing that parents can do, is not stay focused on the physical as well as emotional well-being of that child. And that's what the court is going to be looking at. What's in the best interest of this child or these children?